student's finally here. And it's future lawyer.
Oh, God, I hope so, Rick. So I'm terrified about it.
Welcome to Master Memories, a podcast where my friends talk about their lives. Today, on October 2nd, 2022, I'm here with James Patrick O'Neill, a.k.a. JP, a.k.a. Pat, a.k.a. I don't have a problem, you have a problem. A.k.a. Boy, a.k.a. I'm missing any other names?
Young Buck, and Patrick, I guess, and the OG one.
And then, what was your call sign for Tennessee?
Oh, shit. What was it? I think they called me Warlock. We were, like Snake or something.
Yeah, I remember it was something.
It was so dumb.
The fact that you all on call signs that weekend.
It was... We never even used it once. We just had randomly, like, on the car ride. We were just talking about the entire time.
Yeah. Was that because of Top Gun Maverick? Or?
Yeah, we like, watched Top Gun Maverick, like, I would say, like, the week before or something. Like, really, it was like a small time span between the two.
What's your first memory of making out?
So, I've been asked this before, and I can never think of a specific time. I always say it was when I met Adam, Hud, Evan, and like you all kind of at the same time. And then I always remembered you as Mac at first. And then I was like, then Mac like went away because you were a real person. And I have some guy that likes mac and cheese, that's just so interesting.
Daniel, one of that happened so
I was never understood it. And then I didn't even notice it until like after the fact, but like you called me Brandon for 2 weeks, which I thought was so interesting.
Yeah, I have a hard time remembering like our interactions. I feel like it's either like something very concrete or out there.
Yeah, seriously.
But with you, I feel like it was you were in Hudson at his room, and like I was of my brownie boy here, and I remember just calling you Brandon, and then like people kept saying like that's not Brandon, it's Mac. And I'm like, no, like I'm pretty sure his name was Brandon. Like, I dead ass thought your name was Brandon. Fine till we die on this hill. Yeah, and then I think we were coming back from that one house party, like the one that ended up being Nino's a couple of weeks later. Yeah. But I remember, I think it was with you, but I remember like coming back and just like walking. I had like this whole thing, like, oh, I'm gonna show up for the camera. I was like, again, remember that brownie boy era? I was just like,
dude, the plunge walk, it was an OG move. I was like, check this out. I was like, what's this being about to do? Just plunge walks. I was like, goated. There's no other better move.
I mean, you know what a plug is.
I have to.
I just like, my brain was like doing like, there was fireworks and celebrations up there. It was like, do this shit.
I was crying laughing. I think like we plunge walked and then like went to Bulls that night too. It was like, I think you plug walked into Bulls. I got so weak. I was like crying laughing.
Dude, I've been going through my phone, deleting messages. Is like, for some reason I had 40 cases of mail. I think we talked about this. But so I'm going through like reading all these old text messages, getting some points put up for it delete. And there's this one, it was like me, you, Jeff, Sean, Bad, like the freshman year group chat. And Jeff was like, where you guys at? And like someone was like Midway, and then like Sean was like Bulls, you were like Bulls, I was like Bulls. And like
Bulls.
The Midway Bulls grind, was just like
an era.
How are we allowed? Well,
the moment I realized how dirty Bulls was is when it was like a Hudson's like party or something for ASI, and we walked in sober and my shoes stuck to the floor, and I was like, there's no way we should be allowed in here.
I remember that. Yeah, I remember like it was that concert.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, and it was like just walking around like I feel like getting a leg workout. Oh yeah, it's just like
it's so sticky.
Yeah, I don't even know what, like, is that beer? Like,
it was unknown fluids.
Like, what do you think would happen if you licked the floor of Bulls?
Either you become Spider-Man or you contract COVID-30. Like, you get a new disease that's like not unheard of.
Yeah, that sounds right. There was these girls at Outer yesterday. I went there like for Outer or afters. They were doing a worm on in Outer, like on the ground, the bar. They were like, do the worm. Like, I could not put my like body on that.
Yeah.
Like,
I remember I was like baffled. I didn't even know you could do it. Adam did the worm at Gasworks, but it was like a reverse worm. Like usually the worm, I would see people go forward, but he went backwards, which was really interesting.
That's his party trick. When I was with him in Cincinnati, he was telling me about his campers, like, they'd always be like, do the worm, like, she does a nice walk.
Yeah. Really good work. I've only
seen it like twice, but
the man hits it. Really does.
it's him. We're after worms.
Yeah.
He's it. What were you doing today before we started filming?
Oh, geez. Okay, so woke up, got ready for the day. Just like did some readings and stuff. Got coffee with my buddy Steven. We just like caught up and stuff because like we've been so busy that like we always see each other during school, and then like we're grinding. So good to catch up with him, see what he's been about, and like plans and stuff for the week. Then was kind of grinding out. I made lunch, and then I came here. Man,
It's an adult day.
too much adult stuff. I feel unreal right now. It's like,
Dude, the catch up coffee, because you've both been so busy, is like, I'm dreading that point in my life. The like, we should get coffee texts.
yeah. I was like, well, like he was just kind of. It wasn't he was like out of it, but we just hadn't talked in a while, and like, we haven't like hung out, going out together for a bit. Yeah, this week. So I was like, yeah, like just want to check in, see how you're doing, because I know he's been super busy with school and stuff, and so have I. So like, it's good to do something wholesome and like not school related.
Yeah, no, I mean, that is nice. It's also like, it's nice to catch up with your friends. It's weird that like, it's almost like, like when we're in the dorms, like you just run into people, it's just like, catch up, or like, upperclassmen, like, you'd see people all the time, but now it's like you have to like make such an effort to like see people, call people, because like everyone's so scattered and so busy.
Right.
Even at like Steven was like your law school friend of Matt. Yeah, right. Yeah, like even in law school, it's just like everyone's doing their thing like so much that like
At least I see him literally so many hours of the day, but like all our hours of the day devoted to like school and stuff. So like it's hard to have sometimes it's hard to have a conversation like that's like really relaxed. Like you don't feel tense when you're having the conversation.
Yeah, so I get that. Speaking of law school and stuff, what's your typical day or week look like right now?
Oh, okay. So I have 3 classes on Monday, which is civil procedure 1, torts back to back, and then all of the law school gets like a break, like a lunch break, like it's high school
Outside.
and then I have criminal law, and that's the same for Monday and Wednesdays. And then Tuesdays I just have Tuesdays I just have civil procedure and then torts, and then my afternoons all chill. Thursday I just have my legal writing class, and then usually like go to bar review, which is a play on words for like just going out, like law school style. And the Friday I just have crim in the afternoon and my LP3, which is like an elective right after, and it's like an improv class. So like just goofy improv stuff. Don't have to read, just like turn my brain off and have fun, which is super cool. And then like reading scattered around, like whenever I'm done with class, like hold up in the library, and then like here and there I'll have like networking meetings, like talk about with attorneys and prepared like for when I start looking for jobs and stuff, because they're like, yeah. And then weekends, just like half the day off on Saturday, and then grind kind of on Sunday. But I kind of had to grind this week because of just like tests are coming up. Sam, just been getting ready.
Dude, the Sunday scaries don't go away. You think they do?
They get scarier. They've gotten scary.
Dude, no, I wake up, I'm like, there's 2 years, we need less responsibilities.
Yeah, I don't get why they'll give us more. I'm like,
No, like, I have enough. Stop giving them sense, like, or stop making myself get, like, I don't know, like, as much as I love this podcast, don't get me wrong, like, I love the scheduling part.
Right.
I love filming. I've got, like, a weekly thing going on. Editing fucking sucks. Oh, it's sad.
Jeez.
But, like, it's like, I don't know, it's a responsibility.
Yeah, no, like it's something on your plate that you want to consistently keep.
Yeah, because I like it. I enjoy it.
It's like cool. I love it.
But I also want to work, and like, it's like that work-life self, like, it's like it's not even a triangle, it's like a hexagon.
Yeah.
Like 2, like, you get to put the string in 2 areas, everywhere else just
kind of, you fit in eventually, like, yeah, and that's like a priority thing. Always was like, oh, this and this, but I want to figure out all this, so I'll make it all, and then it becomes like a crazy puzzle.
Yeah.
Sometimes you lose your mind over it, but like
you'll never be fully caught up on everything.
Yeah.
Between content or like friends or responsibilities or this, that, the other, like something always has to fall to the wayside. Right, a shitty part.
Yeah, I know. If we could do it all, like, we'd be a perfect human being, but we're humans. It's crazy.
That's the funny thing about COVID. I was like if I had all the time in the world.
Yeah.
We got in all the time.
Yeah.
We going out, still can't fucking do it.
Yeah, seriously, had like ungodly amount of time, and I did like nothing with it.
Yeah. Dude, I was a bomb. I had a good time.
Great time, but a bum.
I was a bomb. That. But I'm curious about this like lunch break. So like is it usually like you and like your law school friends like going like out to eat, or is like do you like get lunch with your professors at all? Like, how's that?
Yeah, so usually I take, it's like an hour break that all the law students really get for our classes, between the classes, and at least for the first years, they always kind of have something scheduled during the lunch hour. So like we have to meet with career development, or we have to like these trainings to go to or whatever. But usually it's, I can bring my lunch because I'm trying to be like somewhat fiscally responsible with like law school's low expensive. But I will go out to eat and like hang out with friends. Sometimes I use it to meet with professors, or sometimes I use it to meet with attorneys. So Monday, Tuesday during lunch, I'll have meets with attorneys during my lunch breaks.
Yeah.
So it's been nice. It's like a small hour, and everyone has it gives high school vibes. Like all of law school kind of gives high school, like with social structure and like somewhat of the timing of the school itself.
Are there the jocks and the nerds and the fun cliques?
So there's cliques, so many cliques. It's kind of crazy. But they're not like defined by the jock nerd. We're all kind of like law students. But it's really like some people like don't go out as much. Some people go out more. And then like everyone kind of knows each other's business. Like, oh, who's talking to who did this, who did what, and like it kind of spreads. So I kind of have to. I was talking to Steven about this earlier, but like I've never had to pay attention to what I've said so much, for like have like a eye looking back at me, or like watch what I say until like law school, until now. But like it keeps you like a little paranoid, which is interesting.
Yeah, I mean, legally speaking, I was like, sure. Yeah, like these are the people that are like, objection, that my client or my defense witness, the lawyer word, said one time in college that, women don't deserve rights, or no, that's off the record. Well, it's a joke. Yeah, it's off the record. Yeah,
Motion to suppress. Motion to suppress. They won't know what's in.
Yeah, 10 yards. But circling back to that being fiscally responsible thing, it's crazy. Like, I was running the numbers, like how cheap it is, like when like making your own food versus like, I think I did the math, and I was like, okay, like I bought all these groceries, I'm expecting like this amount of like meals at rate $3-4 a meal.
Yeah. Yeah, but you could really, if you're really thoughtful and deliberate about when you order and like what you're grabbing, like it can be so much cheaper than just buying like super nice and fancy like organic food, all this stuff. Like I love Trader Joe's, I love Whole Foods, but like can't do it every week. Like we don't have the money to do that.
Yeah. No, but yeah, I forget where I was going with that. Alright, we're gonna come back. Fun part about now being an editor is I just like mentally know, okay, gotta cut that and that.
Here, that comes with like experience. Like you never, like before probably trial one, you're like, oh, I'm gonna like, I gotta figure out when to cut stuff. But like when conversations or stuff like changes, it's like, oh, you get to learn how to cut it off easier.
Yeah. Well, the thing is for me is the first 3-4 episodes I didn't edit.
Yeah.
Until like I filmed, and then like I went back to edit Evan's episode, and I was like, the one thing that I can't stand about me filming, because I still do this and get them out, is I'll be like, so blah 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 blah, instead of just like, because I just want to like cut to like the beginning of the question, what is, for example, like what's your first memory of us? Instead of being like, oh, so, what's your first memory of us? You know, like, I feel like the one TikTok, you know, like, where it's like why did Will Smith punch Chris Rock in the face? Have you seen those?
Yeah, I did. And Dad, like you before the club, he said, why did Chris Rock, and then me at the club, why are Verd? I'm like, why did Chris Rock punch Will Smith in the face? Like, that's so true. I always make jokes with the law school people. It's like me at the bars. So what's your major? What's your side? How are you? It's like so dumb because it's just so loud and it's so funny to think about, like trying to talk to people at a bar and you're screaming like when you think about it.
No, I feel like you at bars, you just like, dude, it's all been like you learn how to like read faces more than anything. You're like, look, my
Terrible, my job.
so like the amount of times I had to be like, what?
Yeah.
What? yeah, no way. Does everybody like, no, but I asked what your major was. What do you mean? Yeah.
No, for sure. Yeah. I asked you what your birthday is. Like, what?
Yeah. How's your grandma doing? Nice, good.
Yeah, sick, dude. No way, that's crazy. It's like, I learned, one, I like naturally sometimes I'll like turn my head and like point my ear at whoever's talking sometimes. And people look at me like, what the fuck is this kid doing?
No, I do that all the time. Like, I can't fucking hear.
Yeah, I can't hear.
Like, I look, as much as I like looking at your face.
Yeah.
There's like a million other sounds going on. I got it. I got to, you know,
I don't know this. You know it. And like, sometimes I'll try to read lips, but sometimes it's like, it's a no-go. Don't know why. It's like, sometimes I want something's wrong.
Dude, if I ever like lose my hearing, I'm fucked.
Oh, I'm dead to the water.
Dude, like, you could be like,
Yeah.
I'll be like macaroni and cheese. Yeah.
Sure. I always want to play. That'll be fun to play one of those games where we put the headphones on and like we try to mouth each other the words. Correct? You gotta ask questions, and I just want to know what like we would say. It would be so funny.
That would be fun.
We probably have terrible answers and just super out of pocket answers.
And we should do that. We should get in there. I'll just get some like AirPods blasting like a white noise.
Yeah. And then have you done the thing? It's like we put your ears here and then you like move them, like move them at this parts. Yep, you can't hear like anything. It's crazy.
Oh yeah, when you're like twisting them around and stuff.
Yeah. It's a fact. I've done it and I'm like, I can't hear a thing.
Yeah, good job. Yeah. Now that's on the bucket list now. Yeah. Reminder for editing lab when he's doing this in like 3 fucking months. I'm super backed up.
That's good. Yeah, like you have like people constantly wanting to come with your day too.
Yeah. Well, no, it's not that. It's more of like, so like I said, like I edit these, write them out, and like I'll have people like watch them over to make sure that like they're okay with it. Because I've had to like to make cuts before.
Yes.
And you know, I like to like I prefer to have it like within 1 week.
Right.
But then like I've had 3 people that have taken a month.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I'm just finishing June right now. So like it's it's getting backed up and I keep filming, so it's not really a good solution.
No, it just gets out. You need to figure it out.
Yeah. I mean, I honestly have it like this and the other way around.
Yeah.
I'm just like, well, what do I do now?
Yeah. It's a two-way street. Like you if they want to make the edit to like have the final say, like you have to give them time, and that if they're not taking the time to look, like two-way street, like all you can do is keep moving forward.
My favorite people that are just like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Like, don't even need a review. Like, I get that.
Easy dump, easy go. Let's get it going, mate.
Where do you lean politically and why?
Oh, geez. So, definitely, I think more moderate, I will say, especially nowadays, but a little more to the liberal side. I think now, definitely like seeing the law through, seeing the law in a sense. Like, it was really interesting in my criminal law class, we talking about like prosecution, stacking charges against people purely as a strategy. So, and they have like a baseline, like, oh, I'm going to charge you for first-degree murder, aggravated murder, and like they're hoping to get this guy for like voluntary manslaughter. So like they're purposely doing that just so the defense just sees it like, oh, this is an out, like we're comfortable with just Daniel like for voluntary manslaughter. So it's it. You're like, man, this just like sucks. It's just like really messed up. And then like, just like socially, like fucking women's rights, like people like deserve to have a good life, like people like racism, there's all this stuff going on and you're like, bro, what the fuck, like what is the world got into? So but I do like appreciate like businesses like working hard and having positions and stuff, and like I'll know like a lot of these big corporations like suck. They do terrible things. Like they're necessary somewhat for the economy. Like they're kind of fucking us somewhat, but it's kind of crazy. Yeah, a little more moderate, but a little more liberal.
I think what's interesting for me is, being friends with you and Badzik, like having that like legal, like,
Lens.
yeah, like a friend of legal lens, explain that stuff. Like, Badzik was explaining like some of the stuff with Roe v. Wade, and like it's stuff I hadn't heard anywhere else, just because like legally speaking, I feel like it changes like so much of your view, just because like
No.
it's not the optics or whatever, it's like the actual what's going on.
Yeah, no. So like it's really interesting because nowadays it's like the legal world and the real or like the social world are like so it's like split. There's a slight overlap, but there is like a lot of split. So it's really interesting. Like a lot of people nowadays would charge for the highest degree, like for police brutality and stuff like that, because like in optics in the real world, the people want to see that, like especially in the social climate today, like police are really messing up and people really understand that, so they want the full punishment.
Yeah.
Like Roe v. Wade, potentially Obergefell, like SCOTUS going crazy. Never seen, like, SCOTUS is on something, don't know what they are, but like hopefully we'll see what happens as it's kind of falling out, whatever SCOTUS is up to, because they're like wilding. Am I, dude?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think it's the one thing I will say is I hate hypocrites. That is my biggest pet peeve.
Yeah.
I would also moderate somewhat, and what pissed me off is like the Republican Party breeding like and having like did like all like this or Supreme Court justice like stepping down, like we need a long vetting process to say the other like if they're getting to die they have another person in the week.
Yeah. It's like the really thing that like kind of pissed me off like was watching Ketanji Brown Jackson's Jackson Brown's I can poisonous of the word for her like testing process throughout for the appointment. Yeah, and like some of the questions she like that were asked were like,
it was like, what's a like? Can you define a woman?
Yeah, like he was like this stupid. If he didn't say, I was like,
this is law stuff against top.
Yeah, it's optics. Like they're just trying to get her to trip up. Yeah, I'm watching. I'm like, is this real? Like these are like some of our leaders like that, and like man, like it does push you to like you want to make a change.
Yeah.
It's really interesting seeing gaps and generations and like how they're changing social views.
Yeah, I mean, law is the backbone of really everything that is going on in the world. So it's it's happening. The really ability to make sides.
It'll be fun.
Yeah. Also, what do you think about term limits for SCOTUS?
I think there is issues with how long SCOTUS members can be on, but also like experience is such a big thing in the law, especially for judges.
Yeah.
Like these people are some of the most I see some of the most brilliant people in the field. So like you gotta have them like at the top of the game when they're dealing with stuff that impacts the whole country immediately. Like they have to see like every side, every aspect. Like they have to define what the rule is, like where the lines are drawn and stuff. Like they showed us a video and it was of like Jimmy Fallon was like interviewing Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Holy shit, my brain today. My brain is off. About is a hot dog a sandwich.
Yeah.
And like it was so interesting like seeing her thought process but about such a simple thing. She was like nitpicking, oh, is this mean this? Does this mean this? Like, and you want that. So like you need experience, but also like there is a time when a person's views are different than the whole world's views. So like and it's also the thing of legal world and social world. They're separate somewhat. So yeah, it's a tough challenge. And as every lawyer will say, it depends on how you look at it.
There's no one size fits all.
No, I wish there was. Oh my goodness, I wish there was, but not anymore.
Yeah. Probably a true lawyer. That's a really good explanation.
And that's like one thing that like you can ask all my friends or something, like hypotheticals or whatever, and they'll say, it depends. Like, that's just an automatic answer you'll get from a lawyer. Because, like, if everyone knew immediately, like a 2 + 2, like, the world would be a lot simpler.
And, well, I mean, a lot of things are subjective, too. I mean, like this.
So, I mean, what your classes are all like writing opinions, right?
Yeah, so it's about understanding the opinions of, and, like, how that opinions apply to the real world. So, I love it, though.
What's your relationship like with your family?
Good. I think there's some distance slightly, but I think it's just in opinions sometimes, but they're super, super supportive. I wouldn't be who I am without them, and they wouldn't have given me my position in the world without them. Like, they supported me, they've pushed me, they've scolded me when I needed to, and they've definitely made me the guy who I am today. I might sometimes have a different way of looking, like acting sometimes, when I'm with them versus like outside. Like, I think at home, I'm a little more introverted, a little colder, which I'm like trying. It's a tough, I think that's something I really want to work on more, is like just be more open. Like, it's great to be like a social butterfly. It does like drain on you. And then when I'm home, it kind of allows me to be not the social butterfly and like allow me to recharge. So I'm a little more introverted. But I love them. Like, really, what families make, like, they've done such amazing things and it makes me want to do amazing things.
Shout out to your mom, who's last thing I'm not going to pretend, because I did butcher it.
No, you're good. My mom, dad, brother, like, all going through crazy things right now. And I'm like super happy to see like that they're supporting me through my crazy things.
Yeah. I'm glad to hear that, they're giving you all that support.
Yeah, like, especially during law school, it's like, sometimes I'm, like, delusional. I'm like, there's, like, the world's not real, and they're like, make sure, like, you're getting everything together, like, and they're like, facts, I need to be grounded.
Yeah. And it's good to have people like that in your corner.
Seriously, like, and that was the one thing I love about relationships and having, like, best friends, and, like, you guys and friends in law school is, like, it keeps me sane, like, definitely would fly to the sun like Icarus if I didn't have friends around me that could keep me sane, like my family.
No, I feel you. Like, I was on the watch after his last night, and like you said, like the serotonin levels were just like ramping up, and like I was thinking to myself, like, well, I don't know where this came from, but like, I'll follow it. And then I guess Allard start talking to Bad Zeke Sydney, like get ripped all up, and I'm like, okay, I needed that. Like I was gonna be on the hinge tonight. I needed someone to stop.
Intrusive thoughts get really loud, and then your friends are like, are those intrusive thoughts good? And you're like, no, they're not. What's on it us?
Wonder what would happen if there was a person that would just listen to their intrusive thoughts and deal
down chaos. Like, my intrusive thoughts, wake up, be a menace, choose chaos. I'm like, I think I might commit arson or something. I hate this crime.
So mine are bad. Like, I think, like, I'd be the Joker or something like that, Like, if you're like, you want to know how I got these scars? I put a glizzy in my mouth. And I ate it, and I said the hot dog is a sandwich and a cut me.
No one want to know what's really funny. This glizzy in my mouth.
Dude, I saw a TikTok last night. There was a guy, he fit 10 glizzies in his mouth. I need to go for the record, dude.
That's so impressive.
Sweet glizzy. Like, I like a jaw. But I could unhinge my jaw like snake, like,
yeah. I want to like cut. Oh, I saw it, like,
yeah. But like, I'm more relevant. Like, I'm a glizzy cow. So this is a to-do item.
Got the glizzy green.
Yeah, the glizzy green. I never heard that.
This is come.
I'm got glizzy green. Like other men are got with glizzy in their mouths. I want the glizzy in my mouth and eat it.
I don't need it. I need it.
What's your most unique talent?
Oh, jeez. I've always thought about this, but I might be different too. Is I like a really good hack for I'm making friends quick, but making people like interactions never really seem too awkward. I think, like, yeah, I just think I do well connected with others, and it's not. Am I not?
No, I like I remember like when you introduced to Ian. Yeah, like after your like orientation of law school, you guys were like that already. I'm like, how did this happen? Like orientation is like I met Dylan Pickrell and like it's like that group of people. I'm like, okay, yeah, like nice to meet you, and you're just like like come to party with me, come to bars, and then like I would see you out or like a week or two later, and then you got this big ass group of people.
Yeah, so like, and that's the thing is like, I do have a great group of friends, but I'm not close with everyone, and that's like something that I think I still have the time and capacity to do. And then, sometimes I'm friends with a lot of people, but like not as close, and that's like great having a close group of friends that can like help me out. But yeah, I do well making friends pretty easily, and I think it's just kind of like a connecting thing, and it's great because like I know the friends I made in undergrad are as easy as well to connect with, and that's like such great things to break. Like while I was like, I felt nervous for a second bringing my law school friends to meet undergrad friends, and then when I thought about it, I was like, why? They're both great people that connect really easily. There's nothing like they could worry about.
What were you doing when you first had the news of COVID?
Dang. So I was in New York with my parents. We were in the taxi, and we were about to go get changed and get ready for watch Phantom of the Opera, and I knew it was bad when Broadway closed. I was like, oh wow, this ain't bad. So we were in the hotel kind of figuring out what to do, and then I get an email. It's like, oh, we got another week of spring break. Dope. Get to kind of chill out. And then I think it was like maybe a day later, like I was again in the hotel room. It might have been a day. I was in the hotel room and said like, oh, we're closing the school. Like you got to get out.
Yeah.
And I was just like, what? Like just on a flip of the switch, like your whole year, the rest of your year's done. And like you like find a way to move your stuff out, and like you'll figure it out. Like a lot. He's like, here's the time frame. Like be ready. And I was like, man, like. So that was crazy. It was definitely like a baffling experience. Like I was like, man, like what's gonna happen? And that COVID was real. So
No, I feel like things just like went like like all of a sudden it's like, oh, like COVID's like like it was in China for a while. And all of a sudden it's like, oh, it's in Italy lounge. Like it's accurate. And all of a sudden it's like we have nothing but week of spring break.
Yeah,
COVID is awesome. Like you said, like a couple days later, like no,
like
we gotta go.
Yeah, like. And then they're like, oh, we're locking stuff down. Like, stay home. Like, don't go anywhere. I'm like, this is real. Like we had, I can't remember what the first one was. It was like, but there was one that was had potential to become one. And it was like in Africa, I believe.
Ebola?
Yeah, bowling. And also, this is like getting serious. And then we kind of died off quickly. As it was, man, like, if that would ever happen again, like, I think we were like 12, 13.
Yeah, it was like middle schoolish.
Yeah, it was middle school. I was, that'll never happen again. What a scare. What else crazy that, what do you know, like, walked out for 2 years.
I saw like it feels like yesterday.
Yeah, I guess saying.
Was it just like was it again like I was joking about how we were having extended spring break and all my son graduate.
Yeah. Yes. Blake. Oh yeah, done my diploma. What?
That COVID that COVID tax flew by.
Yeah, seriously. It was a time that time blurred so much. Like I think law school my time blurs, but during COVID, a blur.
No, it was a little bit multi-time.
Yeah.
Like I feel like up until college, I'd say I was like living like a day at a time. And college, I started living weeks at a time, but like out after quarantine, like that junior, senior year, I was like, okay, it's March now.
Right.
What the fuck?
Yeah, this is like, oh, I thought we just started school. Oh, semester's over.
Yeah.
What?
Nah, dude, time doesn't make sense, honestly.
Yeah, time's a social construct.
How was your birthday, by the way?
It was good. It was chill. Just kind of hung out. I learned to love to cook. That was my kind of like hobby. Learned to love making recipes. Because loved, I kept going on that way too, because like I learned Filipino dishes somewhat, and I learned to love D&D, and that was my second thing I kind of learned through COVID. But then like, I love masks, I love social distance, keep people safe, but holy crap, they need a number on my face. Like, I have eczema, so like I just get really itchy, dry skin, like sometimes I'll scratch when I'm nervous, and so like wearing a mask did a number on me. Like, another thing was stop wearing glasses as much because the fog, it was so frustrating. You just can't see. No, you just can't. Like, so definitely all in contacts, but COVID was good and I had a great group of people to be with. Like, couldn't ask for much more. I think the only trip we took a drive to Lexington, Kentucky for the weekend, just to get out. Yeah, like be somewhere outside of our house. Yeah.
I feel like that was it like March to like August.
Yeah.
Or like the same, like just your family.
Yeah.
Same things, doing the same thing, seeing the same thing. Like,
Yeah.
it was or like, I'm starting to feel that now, like, at my desk at 5 and then at boot camp 6 to 9:30 that Tuesday, 10 to 2 and at 6 to 9:30. Wednesday I go in person.
Yeah.
And otherwise I'm just desk. Yeah. 80 hours of also, where I can get out.
Right. Like, yeah, you'd be working home or something.
No one working anywhere, just like, watch YouTube. Yeah. So like, just, I can't just look at the same thing. Yeah. So long. So,
like that's how I am kind of like. I just have one desk that has my monitor and my like laptop set up, and like sometimes I'm just like, I need to get on this little desk, and the same with the law school. Holy crap! I feel like I'm in like a prison somewhat because there's not really windows in that place. Sometimes it's just like I need to get out of the law school. Like all these kids are studying, it makes me feel like I need to be like studying all the time. But like, so like going to Thompson, going to the union to get work done is under great cheat pays.
That sounds like it. I mean, there's something about just like that, like being in that same place, being in that same mentality, like that, like, I don't know, like I went to Cincinnati, this summer. I was on a trip. I took the summer, I was like being in Cincinnati. I was like, this is fucking fantastic. Yeah, it's fucking Cincinnati. Yeah, like just like doing something that's just not the same thing over and over and over and over again.
Like change is scary. I think change is scary sometimes, but change is so blissful. Like when you get that change, you're like, man, this is great.
No, like I'm a sucker for a routine.
Yeah, I'm a sucker for a routine. I'm a creature of habit, but when the habit breaks, I'm like, I love it.
No, like you can only. You need to let the routine go. Seriously, sometimes just like live a life a little bit. There's a balance.
Yeah,
somewhere, of course. I haven't found that out yet, but there's neither have I. But you will figure it out. Yeah, I feel like adults always tell me, "Oh, you do like." I remember like last summer when I was working in Cincinnati, I was like, "Oh, like when I get in my 20s, 30s, I won't be drinking as much." And the adults were just like,
"Sure, man, sure hat."
It's just like, I don't know. I feel like adults, like when you're like growing up, you think that like everyone has it figured out.
Yeah.
I feel like growing up, it's like now, who the fuck has anything figured out?
Seriously, if you got some figured out, you're 10 steps ahead of me, or half of the country.
Right. Everyone's fly by the seat of the pants on its side. And that, fake it till you make it.
I'm like, that's a great thing.
What's your relationship like? I need to stop doing that. That's just, I can't do it full.
No, you got it. It's by the corner.
Yeah, but it's starting to get wet from me.
Yeah.
But, what's your relationship like with your religion?
So, I'm Catholic. I'm pretty practicing Catholic, but there are some things that I don't really believe. Like, it's something that keeps me grounded again. Keeps me like, let's see, what's the word? Keeps me changing paces and stuff. But there's a lot in the religion that I'm like, dude, like this makes zero sense. Like why do you have to like remove a whole group of people just because they believe something different? Like you don't have to force things on people and force like it just. I see religion as a way to teach people to do good. And like what that's their stories or things to believe in, things to follow. Like It teaches people to be good people, but there's extremes that make change that, warp that perspective of what's a good person.
Yeah.
So I love it. But there are some things I'm like, dude, what? Like, how does that like make sense in my mind? So
Yeah, I think, if you, I think it's natural, like, question stuff, especially like, with religion and religious belief, like, how people kind of like use that, see it. But, it's like, that questioning that, like, why I feel like, and it's from a place of care, instead of just, like, that's kind of the thing of saying, just like, a lot of people, like, I like it, I gripes with it, though, but yeah, it's like, religion comes out of a place to teach good morals, inspire and do this and that, and like it's the other stuff.
Yeah, like it teaches you to be a good person, teaches you to have morals and a compass, and then like there's stuff that you're like, that doesn't fit my compass though. So like, where does that line up for me? Do I follow that or do I not? And like, I don't think there's some strict rules. I know some people in the religion definitely think it's a more strict basis. So
I think it's a similar thing with like the two-party system. It's like trying to like, or when you believe something, want to support something, but at the same time, like you don't believe in every single thing like that thing represents.
yeah,
and having to balance those two things, because like everyone has their own opinions. Like there's never going to be one thing that one size fits all.
Yeah.
It depends.
Yeah, it depends. Yeah, doesn't that you look the word?
What can I say? Esquire. Oh, that's it. But yeah, I think it's just trying to like figure out like what to do with those parts that you don't like necessarily 100% believe in. How to square that circle.
Yeah, seriously, like how to question and how to answer those questions that you have.
What's your biggest regret?
You have a lot of regrets. But I think sometimes I do regret not making some calls, whether that was just to pull a trigger on something. So it's more general sense, but instead of a specific moment. But I think my biggest regrets are always being too afraid to pull the trigger. I think that's kind of where a lot of my roads fail. I'm like, when to say enough is enough, or when to say like, yeah, let's do it. Sometimes I'm just like analysis paralysis, and we'll make it work, fine. But there's hard lines sometimes that exist in life, and you can't fight a wall sometimes.
Yeah, and I agree. Like when there's so many options, like trying to figure out, like especially like hindsight's a bitch.
Yeah,
like hindsight and overthinking are just the 1-2 combo. Oh, terrible.
I'm one of those people, and you might be too, where after an argument or after some altercation happens, I always think of a better thing I should have done, but I didn't do it. I'm like, damn, man, like, so I think having sometimes following that gut feeling. Sometimes I was talking to Sarvani Sarf about, and she was like, do you ever like following that feeling? I was like, a lot of time my gut betrays me. But sometimes your gut really knows the answer, and you gotta like don't try to reject what your body's telling you or your heart's telling you.
Yeah. Well, the nice thing is, with at least that over it, there's the future to to unfold.
Yeah, no, we have so much time to make to pull the trigger again.
Yeah, to figure out those lines and get that going.
Get the boundary, and that is the big thing. It's like sometimes boundaries get hard to put so.
Yeah, I get it. I mean, yeah, that's hindsight being a bitch.
Yeah,
coulda, woulda, shoulda.
Right. Yeah, it's facts. That's the biggest regret. Coulda, woulda, shoulda.
What are you most worried about?
So short term, right now is grades for school, but long term is stability. I know that I want to be a stable person as a man, as I was being a father, and give my family and my friends a stable rock or foundation to be on. And it worries me that I can't be that sometimes. And I hope to, whether that's financially, emotionally, mentally, or physically, whatever, give the people around me as a stability in life.
That's coming from a noble place. Like, I feel like the people that often say that, are, I just want to, like, be all right, like, do whatever. But, I mean, the fact that you're saying that, for your friends and family, like, that's, says a lot about your character.
I appreciate that. Like, I think one thing that worries me also is having that stability way too much. And that's where those kind of hard boundaries that I lack somewhat come to play of like, hey, I can't do this, but I can do this to help people, like, instead of just automatically saying yes, going to the forefront, because it's a two-way street. Yeah, like, I might be helping you, but I might not punish myself, but adding a layer of weight. So I think it's a hard balance between being a foundation and being a good foundation.
Because you want to, you want to be there for people at the same time. You still have to think about yourself. Like, so you can go any way. You go be a nice person. Like there's you go down that way and there's going like way
True. There's going out of the way, taking 2 steps out of the way to say, hey, I got you, versus turning 180 and saying, hey, I got you, we can do this.
Yeah. What's the hardest thing that's happened to you this past year?
I would say applications for law school. That was probably the hardest things this year. And it was just like a really mentally draining experience. Don't get me wrong, best decision I made to apply it. But it's definitely hard when it's so visible that people are succeeding before you. In a way, like when I saw kids get in and I saw people having success in life that you so much strive for, it gets difficult when you don't meet that success immediately. So it was like a mentally taxing process. I think the second thing definitely was my grandmother passed away. That was definitely hard. Sorry to hear that. So I appreciate that a lot. I think it was just like someone who was my foundation and helped me so much to be a person. Not that, I was supposed to be outside of my immediate family. She raised me and helped me be who I should be and who I am right now, I think. And that was like such a crazy experience. It was during COVID, 2021, I think. Thinking about now, I think those are the kind of hardest things. But it was experiences that made me stronger and gave me a reason to keep pushing.
Yeah, to that point, it kind of sounds like, at least for law school application, he came out stronger because of it. Like you said, like learning to have that patience and like, having to wait and like see things slowly roll out.
Right.
Essentially like putting in all that effort just to like that being able to immediately reap the reward, just to like have to wait and like worry.
Right. But it was, and I think that waiting definitely made all the better when I got the success that I wanted. And it was a painful journey to that success, but like the success made it so much more worth it when I got the.
Yeah. Well, once they said Patrick O'Neill Esquire.
Yeah, they're like, hey man, we got one open spot for you in the last. I'd be like, yeah. I remember I literally like almost verbatim telling you what happened that day. It was Valentine's Day. And I was literally sitting in where's that cartoon room building?
The Union. Oh no, the one that Jeff works at?
Yeah.
Okay, it's over yonder. It's right about that.
Yeah. So I was there, and there's these lower tables I studied at always. And I was literally checking my email on the ride like I always do. It was about that time, and then I literally just saw an email, and I was like from OSU, and I was like, oh shit, I got waitlisted or rejected, and I literally thought it was a mistake when I read my acceptance. So I reread it, and then I literally was like calling people. I was like shaking. It was like such a cool experience. So it was fun.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I'm incredibly proud of you. I gotta say, being a Moritz scholar,
hey man, like, I wouldn't have been able to do it without you. And like all of my other friends, like, wouldn't have like thought this was even possible, or like had the thought that like, hey, I could do this without seeing you guys do such great things.
Give yourself some credit, though. You're the one that put in all the work. You're the one that applied. You're the one that chose Phenomenal and followers.
Yeah. Those are all outlets. Yeah. I appreciate it, brother. I really do.
Yeah. What's something that made you laugh really hard recently?
Oh, jeez. I think okay. So I was in like a delirious phase. I was at dinner with friends, and we had this like networking event where this guy was talking about his like work, and he was calling it fund finance, like the real investment banker and like finance bros call it. He's for finance. And me and Ian have this like running joke of it. Have you heard like Riz?
Yeah.
Like your D.
Yeah. Like he's got Riz.
Yeah, he's now like
Don't even have to talk. He's at the Riz.
yeah, he got Riz. So we were at dinner with a bunch of people. Some people won't ask. The guy went like this when he talked. So we were at dinner, and I was like, "Have you guys heard of Riz Finance?" And I think we were so delirious that we were like dying laughing in this restaurant, and people were probably like, "Why are these people so laughing so hard?" It was just such a dumb joke. But we were just getting so tired, delirious. We're just like anything made us laugh.
The dumbest shit that makes you laugh is the best.
Yeah, seriously. I was like, hands, face, like crying. It was so dumb but so funny.
Yeah, it's hilarious. Yeah, shout out your law school and shout out finance too. You know, you gotta understand this thing, something about the finance. Yeah,
And I'm a finance guy. I call investment banking, finance. Shark Tank. EBITDA. Percentages. Models. Who's your hero? Ooh, that's hard. I want to say my brother. More like my whole family in general. They've definitely seen me at my worst and helped me get through it. To like become my best. And they push me. They see like I see all them do all these amazing things, and I'm like, I can do that. Like, and they say like, and sometimes I don't see it. Like they're like when they compliment me, I'm like, I don't see that. But like they help me push to see that, or push to be that of whatever I'm striving for. And especially my brother, he just has certain qualities like confidence, poise, things that like I want to be in a person. And I think things that like make him just want to be as good as a brother to him as he has been to me. He's been such a blessed, but like siblings is such an important thing in my life. So I'm really blessed to have something to look up to.
and that's awesome. Shout out the only available again.
It's a goat. He's the goat.
He's a good guy. I've only met him a couple times, but
He's definitely like, he's definitely got like some things I'm like, dude, I would punch him in the face for it. But like, he, in all actuality, an amazing guy. Like I wouldn't be where I am today without him. And he posts Instagram posts because I don't post in like always in like 10 years.
yeah, someone showing that
My brother's got the drip. Yeah, man,
he's swagging out.
swag what's on that?
What's the best thing that's happened to you this past month?
So this started, I met some of my best friends from law school the August 9th that week, and I think that was really, really amazing. I think that I was super nervous about law school being a super isolating place, and I knew I had my undergrad friends I could rely on, but it was also nerve-wracking saying, like, I don't want to just only talk about law school with my undergrad friends. And like, we have lives outside of that, and I don't want to talk to my friends outside of that. But I think I've had such a good group of people that reminded me so much of you guys. So I was so excited that I could have another great friend group that I could do, like, not only be a degenerate with sometimes, but also like be wholesome, be hardworking, and like get shit done, which is great.
Yeah, so you do have a good group of friends. Like, big ass group out of nowhere, but like,
Seriously, like I do think not trauma, but like suffering brings people together a lot more.
amazing.
unreal. It's true. Yeah, like when people deal with difficult times and breaks through together, or like people find friends really quickly, and I found a great group of friends. I was super excited for.
Yeah. No, I mean, like, I agree with you. Like, I think there's a reason that, like, you know, to one extent or another, let it be, you know, there are friends making law school, or, you know, people going in the army and stuff like that, or, you know, push classes or whatever. Like, there is some sort of bonding through, you know, we're all doing this thing, we're all in this together, yeah, to how shitty it is.
Right, seriously. Yeah, we're in this together through and through.
What do you think your past self would think of you now?
Oh, jeez. It's probably some of my past selves would be like, you know, wanting to do it. Like, why did you do that? Like, are you dumb? But I think my past self would also be like, it's like, really? You're doing that? Like, that's so dope. You meet all these friends. And like, I think one thing I was always thought about was growing up slightly, I was like always on the outside looking in on certain groups or situations. So it was great to be not on the outside anymore. And I think that was like really starting with college and like meeting all you guys. It never felt too much like I was on the outside looking in, or like I was one arm length away from the circle.
Yeah. No, you've been in the inner circle.
Been for the last 40 years. Yeah, seriously. It's like we're all in the circle together. So yeah, I'm great.
What do you think your purpose in life is?
Oh, jeez. You get deep now, brother. Purpose in life. I think make people smart. I think that was the way I decided. What people said, like, how are you making impact? Like, is there a quantitative way besides money, or like? And then people said like impact, or like, and I said in my head, I didn't say it out loud, but I was like, I think I drive it back and see it back to me through smiles when I see that people are happy and that things are going great in life. That's kind of what my purpose was, whether it's through the service of a terrible big corporation that's fighting for their lives against things that they shouldn't have done, or having a beer with my buddies and my friends and making a laugh for stupid shit, we would say.
Yeah. Just being that positive influence. Yeah. In Patty Pat Ocean, I might say.
Yeah. And it was nice because like those smiles would come back too. Yeah. Like it made me feel better.
Like you said, it's a two-way street.
Yeah.
You know, like, yeah, I'm glad, but that's a good purpose to have, you know, just to, like I said, that positive,
yeah, just be a positive influence.
that relative in the social activity. Why,
You know, yeah, seriously.
are you fulfilled?
Full forward. I don't think so yet. I think I still have a lot of goals. And I think I have a lot of missions. But I've done well. I'm happy with where I am, and I'm excited for the future. Like, if that makes sense. Like, I'm fulfilled and happy as a person, but fulfilled at life, like, not yet. And I will be fulfilled one day.
Temporary fulfillment, yes, but like sustained fulfillment on the way.
Yeah. Let's go putting it.
Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years, both personally and professionally?
Okay, so personally, I don't know how much 5 years. 27?
Yeah.
I think 5 years I hope to have a significant relationship. And like finding that person that's for me for life, or starting to at least look. And I think just be a bit positive for it still, no matter what. Professionally, I would have been like I hope to be a second year associate at a large law firm. I hate saying this, but like there's somewhat of a barrier, but not as much as, a little blurred, of in the legal field where you work in like for big corporations, big law, and you make a bunch of money. But you're like working grueling hours. You're helping people that kind of do really bad things sometimes. They're not really great for the community. Or you can work for we'll talk public interest, and you work for like doing good for people and helping out, but you don't make as much money. So I hope to be more in the make a lot of money, be stable and financially stable on that side. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's that balance, you know. Good work never goes unpunished. Seriously, yeah, I think that's the phrase. And I know that, like, in the legal world, there's a big, like, ladder of, like, you know, you do this and then you do this and then you do this, and yeah, I'm surprised that you're only second year associate, not a partner. But
Yeah, if I was a partner, I would be making my own firm at that time. So like, yeah, I think second year, because I'll graduate when I'm 25, and then I would take the bar. So I think second year.
So you take the bar when you're 25.
Yeah, so you go through 3 years of school, and then you basically take the bar almost like 2 months after you graduate.
I always thought it was 2 years, not 3.
Yeah,
Maybe I mixed that medical school up.
med's 4.
That's 4.
I think PA school's 2. That might be it.
For some reason, I thought law school's 2 years. I was like, this.
A lot of people kind of throw in the towel on the third year because like most of them have jobs lined up. So like if they call it in the internet, they call it like 3 LOL because like no one really cares.
Yeah, 2 into joke.
Yeah, 2 to jump.
I gotcha. And then, what do you want to have done by the next time we film? I don't know when that'll be, but I'm saying 3+ years from now.
Yeah, okay, 3+ years. Have a job. How's it go? Have a job. Pass the bar. And keep all my friends that I've made along the way. Like, I think that's always a scary thing. Like, you go through life so much, like, you don't want chapters to close that made so much impact. So I think, like, keeping up connections and, like, my friends around the world, like, whether they're in California doing such busy things or in Cleveland or in Columbus, right next door. So,
Just stay connected. Stay being that positive man.
yeah.
That foundation.
Yeah.
So that's the end of the conversational part of this podcast. Yeah. Winding down. I've just got some quick hitters for you. Now, you know, just whatever comes first to mind. But if you need time to think, go for it. Just try to do it. Cool, you know? Yeah. So this is a moment in the mind of James Patrick O'Neill. What songs stuck in your head recently?
Oh, something stuck in my head. I listened to the song Hangover Sunday by Christian French. That was a banger. I loved it a lot.
What's one of your favorite quotes or lyrics?
I think it's like, I'm 5'4", but stand on my money, I'm 6'6".
Who's it?
Easy. Yeah, banger.
I agree.
Yeah.
It's like, you ever like go to like a concert and you're just like, height's a joke.
Yeah.
Like why would someone embed me with this short of legs?
Don't lie. They just tried to give us a disadvantage, but we stay up and keep the crowd talking.
We stay with him. What's the best show or movie you've seen at that spot?
Ooh, short movies. Right now I'm watching the new Game of Thrones House of Dragons, and that's a banger. I really like it a lot.
What's the best things you binged recently?
Ooh, binged. I'm not a binger, a type 5, but I think something I binged recently was it was a documentary. It was for a bit. Well, I'll say recently I would say the Drive to Survive. I binged that one. That was good. It's a 4-1. The F1, yeah.
Yeah, I need to watch that. What's the best book you read recently?
Oh, geez, I haven't read a lot of books. Oh, the best book, I know it's probably one of the only books I've read recently. It was the first book of the Wheel of Time series.
That's really good.
Yeah, it's slow and it's a tough read because it's just like really, it paints the picture really well.
Yeah.
But like when you really paint the picture in your line, it's a crazy book.
I mean, it sounds like it's had some crazy world building.
Yeah. Seriously.
I mean, I would say it sounds a little bit like Game of Thrones. Yeah, you know, like, I can't say I've read or seen it, but I know, like, just that world. Well, yeah, like, the reason people got so drawn in it and so.
Right. The world is so big in that series. I know that.
Yeah. What's your current or most recent job?
Most recent, technically, I was a law clerk for a personal injury firm in downtown Columbus. I did litigation work. Helping out here and there, and then I helped out pre-litigation side here and there for the attorneys. Currently, my job, technically, I'm a 1L student at Ohio State's law school.
It's cool. Moritz. Do you want kids, and if so, how many?
I do want kids. I think I want two. I really want to be a girl dad, but I don't know how that would go. But I think if I could have the perfect situation, it would be older sister, younger brother.
That's a good. Okay. What's your favorite spot to eat nearby, whether it be sit down or fast food?
Ooh, favorite spot. My favorite spot is either Akayana, which is a Japanese restaurant, gas. They get sushi good from the outside of sushi, or Korean barbecue. I love making my own food and like making the perfect amount of food, like whether it's char or doneness or whatever.
Yeah, I got you. Good Akayana, or this counts.
Yeah.
Where is it?
It's near. It's in UA. It's near like a Honey Dip Donuts. There's like a little shopping mall center. But yeah, it's like 10 minutes, 15 minutes north of campus.
Hell yeah, donuts, and that's a good gig. I'm gonna be there soon.
I'll send you that.
Yeah, hell yeah, thank you. What's your favorite conspiracy theory?
Ooh. I love it because it just pisses off my brother. Helen Keller's not real.
Yeah.
The current one that I'm messing my friend with right now, she's from Missouri.
Yep.
She's from St. Louis, so I keep saying that Missouri's a southern state, or it's not real. She gets so upset. She's like, it's not a southern state. I was like, if you wear Game pins, it's a southern state.
That's a good point. I'm buying this conspiracy.
Man, just gaslight Adam, man.
Yeah, he's in the South.
Yeah.
You know, like, honestly, like, I've seen it with Cowboy. Thanks. What's something you think is underrated?
I'd eat pullovers. I think not enough guys wear like collared pullovers because it's just a good vibe to have. And then underrated. I think they're becoming a lot better now. But like people with the blue light glasses, I need to get another pair. But I lost my other pair.
I need to get some too. We got them for Sean for Sacred Santa one year, and like ever since I've been like, I should have got that for myself.
I need to get another pair.
Yeah. What's your biggest hot take?
Hot take. I don't fuck with rage.
I don't fuck with rage either.
I don't know if it's on hot take or what, but I was gonna say, like so many Ohio people are like, ranch gonna die. Can I get ranch?
Like ranch on their pizza?
Like, no, I don't like it. I'm like, wow, ranch is not that good.
It's decent best.
I don't want to call it mid, but it's not very good.
In my opinion, I agree with you. Like, it's just not for me.
Yeah.
And I just don't think it. Yeah. What's your biggest pet peeve?
Ooh, pet peeve. I think just acting better than another person. And I just hate when people have that condescending vibe. Like you don't know me. You only know like 5%. I'd be 100 times better than you, my boy. Like, don't think you're out shit.
Yeah, I agree. I hate those like better than that people.
Yeah.
It's not that. Yeah. What's your favorite quality about yourself?
Yeah, I would say go back to the way I connect with people. I think I'm really, really happy with the way I can make relationships.
What's your favorite outfit?
Ooh, fit. I got these new shoes. They're called. I've been wearing a lot more. They're called. They're basically Asics Gloom sneakers. But they're called Onitsuki Tiger shoes. Dope. Most recent fit, I have these like pants that are a little straighter legged. And then I have like it's like tan or cream pants. And then a red Lacoste tee, and then a black bomber over. I like that fit a lot. I got a lot of compliments about it.
I'm picturing right now.
Yeah,
Drip or drown, maybe. Yeah. What's your biggest hobby?
I would say tennis, YouTube, if that counts as a hobby, hanging with friends, or music. Music's a bit.
If they ever release a YouTube, like, you know how like Spotify release Spotify Wrapped?
Yeah.
If they do that with YouTube, I'm fucked. Top tear. I'm done.
How you going to gym?
Like, numbers shouldn't be that big. Facts. That. You're stunned on a deserted island. You can liberate one thing. Can't bring a boat. Technology you bring doesn't have cell service.
Anything else goes. What do you have?
A bunch of, like a pack of seeds, hopefully.
Like sunflower seeds?
Yeah, or like something to make food.
Okay.
Hopefully,
If it doesn't work before. Like gardening seeds.
yeah, okay.
But yeah, I was like, you just gotta like chew on because
Yeah, I just chew on some seeds, spit them out, and just
vibe.
Yeah, just vibe.
Yeah. Who are your best friends?
Both best friends. I think that's a hard one because I always say, it would be the guys, and girls in my wedding, play group, and I always say I want it so big. If I had all my friends, like all my best friends, the largest wedding group, my info says it's too big. But right now, I think it's all the guys at the Vatican. So you, Evan, Sean, Josh, Adam, Hudson, and Ben. Then the girls at the girls' house, which is Sid, Kylie, Chloe, Sammy, Sophia, Shannon, and then like Forward Bold, and then probably some of my basketball school friends right now, which would be Sermoni, Zara, Steven, Ian, and that's 4. And then like I would have it. I like the term of best friend is how close I am with them. I feel like I have like really a lot of best friends. But like if I could have that large for a wedding group, insanity.
No, I agree. Like, I also want a giant wedding because like I want it. Like, if I help with you come.
Yeah, seriously. Like it's gonna be my way. Like
No, it's gonna be too big. Like, and it's gonna be unsustainable. I mean, I think alone is out.
people are like you can't have that large. I do it. I'm like I could care less. Like
We'll figure it out.
we'll figure it out. Yeah, it'll be great.
Yeah. What's something that you have to do every day?
Shower. I have to shower every morning.
Not like shower, eat, like something that's like not everyone does. You know, well, I guess maybe not everyone showers.
Yeah, sure. There's some homies no shower.
You go to a bar sometimes, you could smell them.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's something that's not like the standard eat, brush teeth.
Yeah. Okay. I think something that really like fulfills me every day I do it, just makes someone laugh. I think today it's not a good day unless I make someone laugh.
It's a good answer. You already accomplished that today, so you kind of day had right.
Yeah.
It's a great day today. What is your proudest accomplishment?
Right now, I would say getting law school. I think that was my proudest accomplishment. It was like the dream come true.
So again, we're all very proud of you. I just meant it. Yeah. What's one thing that you want to own?
One thing I want to own, a nice car, a big house. The way I know I made it is if I had one of those houses that has a circular driveway. When it goes around, I'm like, I made it.
Being, full up, have Jeeps pull up.
Jeeps, come get my Bronco.
Circular driveway. I know, but then I definitely see that. What do you think the price of gas will be the next time we film?
Oh, damn. Hopefully it's low, which I doubt. I think it'll be, what is it right now, $3.50? Something like that. I'd say about $3.50. I think it'll ebb and flow.
Yeah. Stabilize-ish.
Yeah.
Where do you want to visit next?
Ooh, I want to go back to New York. Such a cool trip. But the place I want to see the most that I haven't been in so long is the Philippines. I want to go back to the Philippines a lot.
Go reconnect with the culture. Yeah. What's one piece of advice you have for yourself, for the world, for me, whoever?
One piece of advice. I think one thing I always say, or like I always have in the thought of my mind, I always live by movie quotes. It's like Master Uwe, my man, helps me so much. But I think one thing I always like to say is like do good things for do right things. It's just like it's not hard to be a good person, but it takes effort, and you should always make the effort to be a good person. And it can be little things. Being on the other side, being on the closer side of the street. So like, if we're walking on the sidewalk, like I'm moving so you're away from the street and I'm next to you, holding the door, saying hi, giving a compliment. Just like, it's like little things like that add up and make you the best person possible.
It's really good, right? I like that they should. On a side note, Uguay sends the song Bagger. That. And the last but certainly not least,
There, come out of boy. Oh, look at list.
top 5.
Oh, top 5. In no certain order.
Yeah.
Family, friends, God, and family, friends, God, fun, and slaps.
It's a wholesome top 5.
Very wholesome. I could have made it so much worse, but I think that's good.
You just don't want the internet.
Yeah.
The degenerate.
Yeah. They'll see that another day.
Yeah, next time.
Next time.
Yeah. But Pat, I appreciate you coming on here.
Thanks for having
It was a good episode.
I was have fun talk.
Yeah, I did. Dude, I like this is the reason I've been fiending to come to one of these bar reviews. Who's like,
Need this. I need this. I need it.
yeah. But how do you want to end this like?
Thanks for having me, guys. Like and subscribe. This is Vibe Album, my boy. I love it every day.
Let's do it.